So hey guys, welcome back in Bangla IT, and in this video we are going to do some kind of like architecture, or kind of like if you want to create a architecture structure. So there you must need the zoom system, okay, kind of like this zoom system from the game. Also maybe you need the materials changings from your mesh, okay, like without changing this thing or like doing this thing, you can basically from the game mode you can go there near, and by pressing the mouse or selecting that thing you can basically change your materials. Okay, so we'll be create the system. So yeah, let's start. First of all, we'll be create the this change system. So for creating this change system we need to create an actor. Let's give it that name wall. Okay, now we created the wall. Now let's double click and open. So instead of that, because we are using this started content, so we have the architectures, and here there's a kind of like give some example of walls. Let's use this 400 by 300 wall and just drag and compile. So now we have this wall. So now let's drag and drop this wall into our scene. Okay, yeah, this is good. So now we want that we can change these materials, but how? We can use some kind of like interacting system. So for creating that interacting system, we can give here some kind of like a sphere that show the colors. So for do that, we can add some, by selecting the wall we can add some sphere, and let's set it to lock mode, and let's set it to 0.5. I think this is enough small for this wall. Okay, or you can also make some more small, depends on your, so like that. So now as you can see, it's looking more natural, it's looking more good. So with that, let's set it the name the kind of like some wood type. Okay, so let's give it name that wood, so we can understand that that is for wood. Then let's give it some others. So now we can do like these things, and we have the two ones, so we can simply drag. Okay, as you can see, it's pretty much enough looking good. So now we can go to our starter content materials, and here we have some wood contents and something like that. So let's first of all give this one that wood, so it will be look more good. And for these ones, what you can do guys, or which materials we can give, for this ones let's give this one. Okay, so it will be for all, let's give this one, so it will be look nice. So we want now that by pressing these ones or by clicking this thing with our mouse, we can basically change up these ones. So for example, for now let's give this wood color at here, so we can basically see that how it's looking at here. Okay, yeah, it's pretty much enough good. Okay, I think this is the lighter one is more great. Okay, so now we need to create the basically the code. So for that, let's go. So instead of that, we by selecting this wood, okay, then will be set here. As you can see, there's some buttons available that on click, then we need the on begin cursor, and then we need basically being touch. Okay, so there's a basically the 3. So with that 3 will be create a sequence. So now we'll be connected all these things with our these ones with a single sequence. So now we'll be get our wall. From the wall will be set a material. So by this thing we can basically change up the materials. Also we have the index, so by changing this index we can also set if we have multiple materials. So now we'll be simply connected with this thing, and before that, now we need to basically change set here the materials. So now we need to choose that which materials at here, this one. So now let's just simply get this thing and drag and drop at here. Nice. Now we'll be do the same thing, but for this one, so we'll be again get our basically the clicked, then we'll be get our on begin cursor, and also last one then being touch. So we, because we don't want that there's a get any glitch or some problem, that's why. So we'll be get simply just duplicate this thing one more time, and just now connected this thing and simply target with this thing. Now for the woods, now for this one, so we'll be set this material and compile and save. Okay, now it's quite enough good, but we need to visible our mouse cursor. So let's do that with search here that mouse. it should become or search input. So at input you should be found the touch for everything. So also you can maybe search the touch, TUCH touch. So yeah, there's, as you can see, always visible the interface, but it should be clear because we don't want. And also there should be MOUS, there's a mouse cursor enable, make sure you do that. Now compile and save. So basically we have this thing. So now if I press this one, as you can see, it's changing. This one's also jumping, but our character is also jumping, so we need to fix this thing. So let's go to our third person character. And because in our basically this kind of like work, we can set our camera to 200 or 100 and set this thing and just simply clear our mesh. Okay, so we'll be basically enjoy the full view. Okay, so for jumping problem fix, we need to go to graph, and here there's a touch event available. We need to just remove that one. This is for Android, we don't need. Okay, so as you can see, we have now this thing. Now we can basically do the change up. Okay, as you can see, it's very interacting, it's looking very nice. Okay, so we can now basically we have the walls. Now let's set the zooming section. So for creating the zooming, you need basically a boolean for is zoom. Okay, that is to verify that are we are zooming or not. So now we need a basically any of that for the zooming. So for zooming we can also for F for zoom, so F keyboard. For now I'm using the F keyboard, you can use something else also. Then we'll be get the is zooming, then we'll be set with if, then we'll be connected like this thing. Now if it's true, so it will be set it to true, and second time it should be false. Sorry, because this is first time we are zooming, so yeah, it's true. Second time it should be false. Then we'll be set a timeline, so timeline. Okay, and this will be get zoom. Now we have the zoom. Now we'll be connected with player start, and second time it should be play from end if we press again. Okay, so now from the finish or update, we can basically get our follow camera and set view, and we found here that set field view, so VIU, and here we found set field view. Now connected with update. Now we need basically the value set, so just double click and open, go to floats. Now here we'll be set that speed. Now basically change the length to 0.25 and add a curve. Now set it to value to 0 and set here basically whatever is camera degrees. Okay, that is 90. Then add a one more cube and then set it to 0.25, what is basically your length. And now we can set the how much zoom we want, 40 degree. Okay, so we have basically the data right now with a very cool. So we can set like this thing. Now let's save. Now if I click on play, and now if I press on F keyboard, as you can see it's doing, but it's have problem because it's also pressing and releasing. So let's set it to flip and flop. Flip to flop, so it will be only work this thing one time and second time. If it's zoom, also we need to make sure that once it's zooming, like let me try. Yeah, it's working, but it's have some glitch, kind of like once it's do this thing. Okay, we want that once it's to the press. Okay, once it's do the press kind of like the F, then it should be zoom, it's zooming, start, and it's update. And then when it's if it's already in a zoom, if it's true, oh I understand, we need to just do like this thing. Let's try. Yes guys, as you can see now it's working. Okay, so yeah, we have the zoom and zoom out, zoom and zoom out, because first time it's not working, because when this is if this is true, so it should be play this animation and set it like this thing. So now everything is quite enough working. We have basically the zoom system. Okay, so basically the interacting zoom, we have basically this, very nice. We also can come back and I can zoom. So that is for, I think, for today. In next video we'll be do something more. So thank you so much for watching guys, love you all, bye bye, see you in next video.